welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited to have you here. You've probably ended up here through my pregnancy announcement video. So yeah, the news is true. I am pregnant with baby number 2. This is very exciting news for us. Leo is gonna have a little sibling. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, I already have a 3-year-old son. His name is Leo. And it was about time that he has a companion for life. Baking. I do have some notes here because I do tend to forget, and I don't want to forget anything that I want to mention. But basically the whole point of this video is my pregnancy update from the beginning until now. I'm currently 8 weeks pregnant right now, and by the time you guys do see this video, I will have progressed even more in my pregnancy. We're just waiting out to tell family and friends because I do have my mom coming over to visit me. So yes, you're just gonna have to wait, but don't worry, the videos are gonna keep coming. Now with my first pregnancy, I didn't really document any of it in this manner. I did have lots of photos and videos on my phone, but I never sat down and made videos like this about it. And I ended up having a high-risk pregnancy. I did suffer from preeclampsia. And I really wish I did make these sort of videos because, you know, I'm not the only one who went through those things, and I'm sure that they could have helped someone out there. So this time around, I am making videos about my pregnancy updates and for people over there to follow, you know, for you guys to follow and relate to, and for myself to be able to look back at these as my video diary of, you know, my pregnancy experience. So starting off, as soon as we decided that we wanted to have a second baby and we started trying, we were lucky and blessed enough to get pregnant right away. Something very similar happened when we first had Leo as well. It was very quickly for us, thank God. And this time around it was no different. So I already knew that I was pregnant, but you know, you have to wait the 2 weeks to go by to get the pregnancy test done and everything. So that's exactly what I did. And after doing the strip ones, I wanted to, you know, make sure and do a clear blue digital test, which I did when I was around 2 to 3 weeks pregnant. I knew exactly how the timeline was. But then you go to the doctors and they tell you that you're 5 weeks pregnant. In the medicine world, they just have to add up the weeks from your last period. That's why there is that discrepancy if you didn't know. So I just wanted to recap what has been happening from the beginning up till now. The first symptom that I ever felt was really sore and tender breasts. Any pregnant mom out there can relate. It's a very particular feeling. It's a bit worse than when you're on your period and they hurt. So yeah, that was the first symptom I started feeling. After week 5, you know, the nausea started to kick in, which is something completely new for me. I did not feel any nausea when I was first pregnant with my son Leo. So this time round, you know, it's something very, very surprising, and I'm taking it as a sign that it could be something else instead of a boy. We'll see, time will tell. But yeah, I'm lucky enough that it's a very, very mild nausea. It's not that I get to the point where I want to throw up, but it's a lingering feeling of being sick, and it tends to intensify when I'm hungry. So here's a tip for you guys, if your mamas out there are feeling the same thing. Space out your meals or have little meals or little snacks throughout the day, rather than, you know, just your breakfast, lunch, dinner type of meal, because it does help to eat often. As weird as it sounds, when you feel sick, if you eat something, you feel better. I know, very weird. Another thing that has been helping me has been the ginger tea. It's a ginger and lemon tea. I'm actually having one right now. It's just a Twinings one where you put the tea bag in the water, but you can grate fresh ginger and fresh lemon as well if you want to do that. But it's just been my saving grace because, you know, sometimes you have this constant feeling of your stomach being unsettled and being unwell, and this stuff really helps. So I do recommend that you give it a try. Another thing that I'm on the lookout for is ginger lollies. I think Woolworths has some, and it's a supermarket. I need to go there and try to find these little candies to keep in my handbag for when I'm on the go. Because sometimes, you know, you're just out and you get that feeling and you just need to pop a sweet in your mouth to help you feel better. But for when I'm home, and even when I go out, I take these tea bags with me and they do the job. Nausea did start from week 5-ish, and I still have it up until now, but like I said, it's mild but lingering. I just hope it goes away after the first trimester. If you are a mama that's suffering from, you know, nausea and it's really bad, it's important that you do speak to your doctor. They can give you some sort of supplement or medicine to keep you from projectile vomiting if that's what's unfortunately happening to you. But if you can control it with, you know, natural things like ginger and stuff, I would highly recommend you try that first. The tiredness has been crazy. It's like I'm exhausted all the time. And I think this time round, I remember being tired and, you know, wanting to take naps and taking naps and sleeping till late when I was pregnant with Leo. But now I have him and I stay home with him full time. So he needs my attention. He demands my attention. He wants me to play with him, as I always do. But I've been feeling so tired that I just want a nap. I just want to take a nap. Sometimes that's what I do. I set up like a little PlayStation for him on the coffee table in front of the TV, and I just lay on the couch and I have a little rest. If he naps during the day, I take that chance and I nap too. If my partner is home, I just, you know, sleep in or sneak off and have a nap. I just want to sleep. It's crazy because the level of exhaustion is on another level. It's like you can't even control yourself. But I know it's part of the first trimester. Hopefully this feeling will calm down as we pass the first trimester as well. Another thing that I have seen again is a bit of hormonal acne. I did have it when I was pregnant with my son Leo. And this time around, I don't think it's as bad as it was in the first time. I am wearing makeup, but I do have a couple of zits on my face, over here, as well on my back. You know, it's not pretty, it doesn't feel good, but it's all we can do is keep cleaning our faces and, you know, cleansing, scrubbing, doing everything that we can. But it's all part of the hormonal changes that our bodies are going through at the moment. So I wanted to speak about cravings because this time it was very new to me, new territory, because I didn't have any cravings when I was pregnant with my son. On the contrary, I had a bit of an aversion towards chicken. Now in my house, we're not really big meat eaters, but chicken breast is something that I cook often because it's the only meat that my partner actually enjoys eating. So I was really put off chicken when I was pregnant with my son. It was a bit disgusting for me when I was pregnant with Leo. This time round it hasn't been affecting me as much, but I did have one thing that I did notice. It was a bit of a craving, and that is for like acidic taste. I think it happened around week 6. I think it was somewhere around week 6 that this happened. I just wanted to eat like the taste of vinegar, and I was enjoying it. Like I was really enjoying it. Now I have been trying to have a daily intake of apple cider vinegar simply because I heard that it's good for regulating blood pressure. Knowing my history, it's something that I want to keep under control if I can this time. But yeah, in that particular week, I was just mixing it in my ginger tea, putting a lot of vinegar on my salad. There was a lady at the gym, she told me she had a similar craving when she was pregnant with her daughter, and she filled up like a spring roll with vinegar, and that sounded so delicious in my head that I had to come home and try it. And I did, and it was bomb. Yeah, so in the past 2 weeks I haven't been that crazy about vinegar, but it's another sign that I am taking that it could be something else. I don't know, we'll see. And another thing I wanted to mention is the weight gain. I'm currently at week 8 and I have already gained 4.5 kilos. To me that sounds a bit crazy because in my first pregnancy I gained a total of 8 kilos in the entire pregnancy. So I've already gained 4.5 kilos in this one by week 8. So I can't even imagine how much more I'm gonna gain with the amount of food I'm eating because I'm always hungry. It's like my constant, you know, my constant routine is eat, want to rest. Can't always rest, but that's what I want to do. Eat, 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 sleep, sleep, sleep. Luckily, I have been going to the gym. This time around, I want to take a different approach towards this pregnancy. With my first son, I hadn't been going to the gym. I wasn't being active, so you know, after I was pregnant, that just continued. But with this pregnancy, I have been going to the gym for about a year now, a bit over a year. So my body was already used to the schedule of working out 2 to 3 times a week, and I want to keep that up. At the moment, I must admit, I am struggling a bit, like keeping up with the upbeat classes and stuff. I do tend to be losing my breath. It's silly because it's very early days, but it's true. Like I get so tired, even when I'm speaking, I have to stop and like breathe. But again, I know this is part of the first trimester, and hopefully after that, my energy levels will be better. But I am really pushing myself to keep this up. I want to take a different approach and try to be healthier this time, so that hopefully I have less complications. One thing that I wanted to mention with regards to this topic of the gym and stuff, I'd actually want your input on this. So if you guys have experienced this, please let me know in the comment section down below. I have been told at the gym regarding abdominal exercises that it's fine to do abdominal exercises during the first trimester, and I've also seen this information online. But to be honest, where I am currently now at 8 weeks, I feel like I am showing more than I was when I was in my first pregnancy. And like just last week, I did a session of Beats Pilates where we really smash our abs, and I did have a little bit of cramping in this sort of area in the evening, and that scared me a little bit. And I think it's important that we all listen to our bodies and do exercise, but within our limitations and capabilities. So at the moment, I think I'm gonna lay off abdominal exercises. I just really wanted to know what your experiences are with doing abdominal exercises in the first trimester. So if you can let me know in the comment section down below, I'd love to read them. I'd love to see what your experiences were so that I can compare my experience to yours and, you know, see if I can find something that works for me. I'm still okay with doing some core exercises, but I really think I'm gonna lay off doing like abs for now. And that's it. Those are the points basically. It hasn't been nothing too major, nothing too big, but those have been the 3 major things that I have been feeling, which is extreme tiredness, mild lingering nausea, and extreme hunger. I really have. So that's my 8-week pregnancy update, guys. I will be showing you my stomach at the end of the video. But I wanted to mention one last thing before I go, which are the pregnancy apps that I currently use. The first app that I have on my phone is called, it's just called Pregnancy, but it's the Woman Log pregnancy app. I basically already used Women Log before I got pregnant, you know, just to track periods and stuff like that. I really enjoyed their calendar vision, which is why I decided to keep their pregnancy version. It's very easy once you have it. You just switch to pregnancy mode and it takes you to the download page, and then you have a calendar view of your weeks, week after week after week, and it comes in really handy for when you want to plan something ahead. For example, I don't know, you have an event in January or something and you're like, okay, how many weeks am I going to be on the 15th of January? So it really helps in that visual aspect. Regarding the baby update, it's not my favorite app. It doesn't have the features that the other app that I like has. The other app that I use is called Pregnancy Plus, and in my opinion it's the best. The homepage greets you with how many days and how many weeks you are far along. There is always a blog post that you can read relevant to that week of pregnancy that you're in. Always good information. There's the baby image section where it just shows the stages of how the baby grows, and it's just like really nice graphics that you can just look and say, wow, like my baby looks like this at the moment, this little alien. And then there is a me section, which is really interesting because it's where you can log your weight, you can take baby bump pictures, you can actually look at the birth plan, set up appointments, to-do lists. There's really lots of things. The only thing that this app is missing, in my opinion, is the calendar view, which is why I like to keep both these pregnancy apps, because I do use them both. So yeah, that's it for my first pregnancy video update, you guys. Like I said, I am 8 weeks pregnant currently, and I will try to keep doing weekly updates for you guys as of this point. I'm very excited for this pregnancy. It was about time that our little man had, you know, someone to accompany him throughout his whole life. It's gonna be life-changing for us again, I'm sure, and I can't wait to have you on this journey. Again, if you want to keep following me on my pregnancy journey, make sure you subscribe, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know when another video is posted, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!